Good evening, shitlords. My name is Jack, and I've been playing too much Baldur's Gate 3. I just wanted to make this quick video to discuss some of the items that have caught my attention in the early part of Act 1. So we're talking the level 1 to level 5 bracket. We have barely adventured into the Underdark, so there's not been too much adventuring going on down there. Today we'll be discussing the items that I've looted mainly above ground and that might even last into Act 2 or Act 3. So we're going to start off by discussing these gauntlets here, the gloves of the glowing underdog. Really, really nice, consistent source of advantage if you really value advantage. I'm sure there's many different builds that you could use this for. For me, I'm taking a tanking paladin. I'm sticking him in the middle of the crowd of drow or Duergar, and we're going to get constant advantage, and we're going to get a lot of more smite crits out of that. So these items, these gloves, will be staying with me for the foreseeable future, I reckon. Something else that I found very valuable is having a amulet of Misty Step. Once again, I foresee that this will stay with me for the foreseeable. So having that mode of transportation can be very, very handy, especially if you are not a spellcasting character. It just gives you Misty Step, and these reset on a short rest as well, so you kind of get a really nice use range out of them. Shout out to the Titan String Bow. I've not seen any other ranged weapon that gives your strength modifier on the ranged attack. Very handy for a little bit of additional range damage on a strength-based character. Moving on to my beautiful Karlach. Something I've been trying out here is the Throw Barbarian. You may have heard of this one. It does seem to be a little bit broken at this time, especially with Tavern Brawler. So I think you start off with 17 strength. You take Tavern Brawler as your ASI, bump up to 18 strength. And with these combinations of items, plus the Tavern Brawler feat, the class honestly feels a little bit cheeky and broken. But it's very, very, very fun to toss goblins around. It's my first time trying out the spec as well. Okay, so we've got the Ring of Flinging. Gives you a consistent 1d4 damage to throw damage on top. Very nice. Plus the Returning Pike. So whenever you lob this across a goblin, it just appears back in your hand, and you can lob it literally twice more if you are enraged. So you get 3 throws with this damn thing. It's a bit broken, to be honest with you. Shout out to my jumping boots. This allowed me, especially with 18 strength, to jump on top of a goblin roof without even having to take the athlete feat yet. So it's just really nice to have that huge amount of movement speed if you want to be mobile. Gloves of Missile Snaring, of course, nice to have as well. Helps reduce the range damage against you. Moving on, we have Will. Will is no longer a warlock. I've given him a crossbow and I've tested out the ranger class because I came across these insane, absolutely fucking insane gauntlets. The gauntlets of archery. +2 to all ranged attacks. So you can imagine with taking your first ASI into sharpshooter, it's only a -3 with these gauntlets equipped. Bloody incredible. These will stay equipped for a very long time. In addition, Astarion decided to not reveal his vampiric heritage before I went to the swamp, and much to my own surprise, he decided to stab Gandrel in the eye without consulting me first. So I was pretty upset about it until I looted the crossbow on his corpse. You have advantage against monstrosity type enemies. Wowzers, there's a lot of monstrosities in this game. Seems really powerful. In addition, what's this? Sacred Munitions. Infuse your crossbow bolts with holy energy. Your ranged weapon attacks will possibly inflict turn undead. We're going to be going up against a lot of undead sort of fairly shortly, so I think this is a nice crossbow choice. Shout out also to the Silver Pendant. if you are not adventuring with a cleric, then having a character with guidance is going to be very valued indeed. Guidance is one of the best cantrips in the game, and if you want to succeed on your dialogue options, especially in honor mode, having that guidance is very nice. Now we're going to discuss clerics. Oh, look at these wonderful combinations. This does involve a little bit of moral bankruptcy because you are thieving from Zevlor. But trust me, Zevlor is going to save lives. The theft is going to save lives, right? So you take these gauntlets from Zevlor, you pickpocket them. Whenever you heal anybody, you get like resistance automatically on them for 2 turns against any sort of physical damage, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. Incredible. Saves you from having to cast Blade Ward, right? So otherwise you're using an action. With this, you get it for free. Plus, you get Bless for free as well. So look, Bless, Blade Ward, wrap it up into one nice healing spell automatically. What an incredible combination. I'm going to say, I like all the guides say, go Tempest Cleric, go Tempest Cleric. Shout out to Preserve Life for activating this bonus on a Life Cleric as well. Really, really incredible. Okay. I think that's about it. I think the Bow of Awareness is definitely worth mentioning because it's always lovely to have a little bit of an edge on your initiative roll. It's a +1. Nice to have.
Watch your back.
Astarion. We've built this guy up as a dagger rogue. You'll notice a lot of the rogue builds involve hand crossbows and sharpshooter. Obviously, that is very powerful. But I wanted to stab some people with Astarion. So we've got this really lovely little dagger, Hunter's Dagger. When you stab somebody, they become ruptured. What does that mean? Whenever they move, they just take more piercing damage. I'll take it. I've also got Speedy Reply as well, so it just gives me more movement speed. Keeps that momentum buff going. Something else on Astarion as well is if you are playing a build with value on bonus action attack, so if you've gone Thief Rogue with that bonus action attack, having Hunter's Mark seems dead handy. So I've given him the hunting short bow with Hunter's Mark. Gives you 1d6 per hit, right? So if you've already got 3 attacks, having Hunter's Mark on top, even more valuable. If you want to be a rascal, the Gloves of Thievery just give you more ease of life, right? So any traps, any locked chests, any pickpocketing attempts, you have now advantage on with these gloves. You might not see these because you have chosen to piss off the Zentrum, but it's very nice to have if you do side with Zentrum. With this little +2 to sleight of hand as well, the Smuggler's Ring, very nice to pick up in Act 1. I'm not going to discuss the Death Stalker's Mantle, as powerful as it is. That is Dark Urge specific. Very, very cool though. My first time playing Dark Urge. I don't know what's going on. Looking forward to finding out how this ties in with the story in Act 3. Lae'zel. She is currently spec'd as a monk. I think the best monk weapon you can get in this stage is this Corleone's Grace. +1 to unarmed attack rolls and damage. While the wearer is not wearing armor, they receive a +2 to bonus saving throws. So you probably stick the armors braces of defense on her instead of this armor. I was just testing this out. Sparkle Hands. When the monk hits with an unarmed attack, the wearer gains +2 lightning charges, and that gives her advantage against foes wearing metal armor as well. So lovely source of advantage there as well. Finally, Gale. Nothing too important to mention here, but I would say how important the braces of defense are. As you can see, we've got mage armor up, we've got braces of defense up. That means 70 AC for your robed caster. Very, very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Alright folks, that's me. I'm going to do a little bit of an update on this one when I've cleared the Underdark. Going into Act 2. and we'll just keep a little catalogue going of all of the items I've enjoyed so far. Hope you're doing well. Take care of yourselves.